Hello there again. I am Jenna Allen, and as always, bringing you the tips, tricks, and tools for manifesting your best life now. Today, I want to talk about healing relationship tension. We have more power than we realize to affect the way that people treat us in relationships. Whether we're talking about our spouses, relationships with our children or at work, our social relationships, any relationship, we have more power than we realize to create change in that relationship and shift the way that people interact with us, the way they view us and their perceptions. Not that we're totally responsible for other people's perceptions of us. There are aspects of that we cannot control, obviously, but we do have a lot more control than we realize. For example, a client of mine who was abused as a child has subconscious belief systems that say, I'm a victim and I'm unworthy of real love. Or even real love doesn't exist. So the people she manifests and to be in relationship with over and over are these loser guys who just can't treat her well and who are abusive. And once she shifted out of those beliefs through our sessions, she was able to manifest a really healthy partnership for herself, and she's happily married now, which is really exciting. So we have more power than we realize. Our subconscious belief systems are causing us to manifest certain relationships with people. If I'm sending out this subconscious signal, like a beacon that says I am a victim of abuse, then abusers, their little radar is going to be beeping for that, and they're going to be like beep, 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 looking for that victim mentality, that victim energy. And we don't even know that that's subconsciously happening underneath the surface. I've even read somewhere that these belief systems under the surface can cause us to manifest abusive situations like being victimized, mugged, or raped or harmed or in some kind of way when we have subconscious belief systems that say that we are victims. Now, I don't know if that is true, but from what I've seen in my sessions with people, I can tell you that there's a dramatic difference in people's relationships when they start to change their subconscious belief systems. In psychology, they call this the trait affective presence, that we have this kind of underlying vibe that we give off. And even if we seem like, on the outside, a bubbly, cheery person, people look at us and they say, but there's something off about her, or I don't get a good feeling about this guy, even though we are consciously doing all the right things in relationship with people, and we're in our integrity, and we feel really good about that. There's still some underlying things that can make a difference in our relationships with people. I had a client who was talking about how she wanted to do some networking for her business, but she was being held back because she had anxiety every time she stood up in front of the networking group that she was going to. And she was fumbling over her words and just not being successful there. And, they were seeing her as anxious, and she was giving off the wrong vibe to people. So she had to address the subconscious belief systems that she held that said that she didn't fit in, and all kinds of other stuff that we had to deal with. And once she did that, her energy changed so much so that she said she was even walking a dog down the street one day and realized that strangers were saying hi to her, and normally that didn't happen for her. So she was vibrating at a different frequency, so that other people in that frequency were now being captivated by her attention. She was gaining that attention that she was looking for, and she was actually able to be successful in her networking groups as well. I have a class coming up, a webinar on healing relationship tension, and this webinar is going to address how we find those hidden subconscious belief systems, how we surface them and figure out what they are and where they are, and also how to address and reprogram those using some different tools. One of the tools is a pattern interrupter. We have to interrupt the patterns of neuron pathways that are firing and old patterns and things that are going on under the surface. And I have a wonderful chart for that I'm going to share with you guys for using some imagery, because imagery is the language of our subconscious mind, and it's the way that we can reprogram things. So we're going to talk about the right kinds of energy to use. We're going to do a meditation for healing relationship issues. And we're going to talk about the Ho'oponopono prayer, which is a ancient Hawaiian prayer that I'm going to share with you guys that also helps to relieve relationship tension as well. We will address relationships with spouses, children, in-laws, at work, in the office and networking, social relationships and dealing with abusiveness, toxicity, maybe people who you don't see eye to eye with, or other people who maybe you see hurting and you can't help them or they don't want help. How to be closer in relationships where maybe you've drifted apart, and how to handle dealing with past hurts and things like that. And how to find harmony in these types of relationships where tension may have existed before. So we're going to be talking about how to shift the energy within yourself so that you can manifest the best possible relationships in your life now. And I look forward to seeing you. So register for the webinar and we'll see each other soon. Take care.